Oh, yay! There it is.
Ugh.
You did it right.
Of course I did.
Who'd have thunk it?
We got sound, right?
I hope so.
Hmm.
We'll see here in a second. Apparently, we have flashy lights as well.
No, that's not distracting or anything.
Right.
We're trying to do
Not
a show.
distracting at all.
Yeah.
Fucking Chris's Tinder profile just blowing up over here.
He shows up like 5 minutes ago,
Because-
and now he's,
This fucking Negan jacket over here.
yeah. Thank you for taking off your red scarf where you started
Yeah,
the show.
yeah,
Red scarf.
yeah. Who'd you leave Lucille with?
You don't want to know.
Oy. Is she
Just know that she's bloody and she's happy.
oh, she is a dirty girl.
Oh, that Lucille.
That Lucille. Mm. So, how you been?
Yeah.
Riveting. What about you?
Fuck you.
Riveting again.
Well, come on, Mr. Creativity. How was your weekend?
Eh,
It doesn't matter. Are
Yeah.
you ready?
I'm ready.
ready-ish. Ready enough.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you share the link?
That's what I'm trying to do. That's why I'm stalling.
Oh.
That's why you're stalling.
Yes. But
We're making sure everything works.
what number?
Ah!
What number are we on?
212. I hope it's 212 because that's what I put
Yeah,
on.
that's what you put in the thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then let's
There
hope
you go.
that
I'll share it
is.
right now so we can.
Oh wait. Well, I have the post up. I just need to grab the link.
We'll grab it already. Damn it!
That's what I'm trying to do.
These people don't want to see us.
Fiddling with our phones. Fiddling with our what you call it?
Fiddle with something.
Ooh. Boom. There it is. At least on Facebook. All right. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Sure.
Live from La Cocina Studios is the 212th edition of the HWR show. This is Abel.
It's Travis.
I'm Chris.
Thank you so much for tuning in today, guys. We very much appreciate you joining us. If you are watching us live on the YouTube, I have my phone right here. Got you pulled up in the live chat. If you want to interact with us, tell us topics that you want to talk about, ask us questions, call us out on our bullshit or fact check us. We very much appreciate it. Just let me know. I'll read it. I'll see it. And I'll try to get you involved in the show. Also, if you like what you guys are seeing, make sure you hit the subscribe button and give us a nice little thumbs up. Make sure you like everything that we're doing and whatnot, right?
Mm-hmm. And if you don't, just lie and thumbs up anyway.
Are you sure you shared it?
Yeah, it's posting.
Yeah.
Yes. Hey, there you go. I don't know that the everything's being slow today. I don't know.
Facebook sucks.
Yeah. So, what do we got to talk about this week? We got a lot of stuff, don't we? Yeah, we had TLC. We have another Lucha Underground episode. A big title change happened in Japan for NXT, apparently, and we're going to find out about that.
All right.
Yeah.
So let's start with TLC.
TLC, all right.
What's the first thing that you think about when you remember
TLC?
TLC?
I remember my surprise at how much I actually liked Kalisto versus Corbin.
Okay. What about you, Travis? Show's over. What's your first impression?
There's a lot of good matches that all had something about them that got on my nerves. Pretty much.
Elaborate.
But we'll get there.
We'll get there?
Yeah.
Well, let's run down.
Overall, I enjoyed the show, but there was like me and Neil were talking about this earlier. I have all these good matches that I was enjoying, but they all have
like AJ's ass.
Yeah, they have all asterisk or a caveat, something about them that's detracting from the overall quality of those matches.
Did you either guys watch the pre-show?
No.
There actually was a match.
It was a 5-man or
10-man.
10-man, yeah.
10
5-man.
Apollo Crews, Hype Bros, and the Alphas, they beat up on Kurt Hawkins, Ascension, and the Villains, basically.
I saw it on the TV, but I wasn't paying attention to it, so I couldn't tell you anything about it.
I didn't see it at all.
So just to run down, we got new tag champs.
Mm-hmm.
Nikki defeated Carmella. The Miz retained his title in the ladder match. Corbin beat Kalisto. We have a new women's champ, and then AJ retained the title.
Oh,
so
awesome.
that's TLC in a nutshell.
Yeah.
All right, good night, everybody. No, but so, here's the thing. The opening match was a tag team title match, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I said to myself, as I was watching, I was like, if the right team wins on this is going to set the tone for how I'm going to enjoy the rest of the show.
Okay, and did
for
the right team?
Me, yeah. Like I've been Well, you've heard me say my disdain for Heath Slater and Rhino as tag team champs.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing personally against them, mind you, but they have done nothing to elevate or even maintain or make these tag team titles worth anything.
It felt like the storyline just ran out as soon as Heath Slater won the title. Like, okay,
he's got a contract.
Now what?
New car smells good.
Yeah.
I liked Rhino back in NXT.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
I liked Rhino in ECW.
Hell, I liked Rhino in TNA.
We all like Rhino. But on SmackDown, this is kind of weird because he's kind of there. But at least in NXT, he had
direction.
Yeah, he had direction, he had purpose. Man, I like that. We haven't really seen that since Rhino left NXT, where a veteran coming into NXT. We've seen like one-offs like Mickie James, but not like someone like a veteran coming back and saying, "I want to be the best in this rising developmental brand." Yeah. And that's something that's missing, I think, from NXT. Well, I'm sure we'll get to that later. But
did the right team win?
I say so. Yeah. I'm just gonna echo what you guys said. Man, Rhino and Slater just kind of lost their steam. And the stuff with Bray and Orton, dude, that's the new hotness right now.
That's building foundation for what they've been starting with this whole Randy Orton thing. And we're kind of brushing over, but this is the first title win for Bray Wyatt.
It is. Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
Because not only is it a title win for Bray Wyatt, but it's also the intrigue of where they're going with this storyline.
So the rematch on SmackDown, were you guys already thinking this is where Orton turns on Bray?
No.
Nope.
No, not for me.
Really? I was calling and I told my nephew sitting next to him at the arena, I was like, dude, Orton's turning.
Why would he turn? They just won the titles.
Yeah, but that's that's when I kind of bought in that, okay, this is gonna be like the slow burn towards Fastlane, whatever
I think they're
Roadblock.
I think they're gonna let this thing drag long enough for people like you to say, oh, this is when he's gonna turn. This is when he's gonna turn.
I'm the Luke Harper, like I'm gonna finally buy in, and just
as soon as you buy in,
the fans buy in, it's like, you son of a bitch,
you got me.
Yeah. Did you guys enjoy Nikki and Carmella at all?
Actually, I did.
No,
not at all.
No.
No, I think I messaged y'all guys about it. I was like, man, these are some beautiful women, but this match is ugly. Just like, I don't know. They're trying. I don't even know if they were trying too hard to be like hardcore rules. You know, there is from jump on this match. This whole match was just sloppy, just all around. I thought.
I agree.
From jump, like not even a minute into the match, they go tumbling outside, and the ref is like trying to block her from going out and counting. I was like,
it's no DQ.
Yeah, it's no DQ. It took me a second to figure that. Right when I realized that JBL was like, oh yeah, he had to explain it. And this is one of those things where it was kind of implied, but you get to that point.
I can appreciate the effort that a woman's match in WWE involved kendo sticks and fighting outside and a fire extinguisher, which I wouldn't think a fire extinguisher is labeled as pro wrestling, but still that the women in general, whether it's Raw or SmackDown, that they're not slowly, but they're consistently starting to hold their own as far as they're not. I think now I can officially say, at least from my perspective, that we're past the Divas Revolution and the whole they're not women anymore. They're just as equal as the men, and they just need a little more practice. Throw Sasha through a couple more tables, eventually it'll break. Her, either one, yeah. And I could see that that they were putting some effort in there, but it's going to take time for the women to find the groove, just like it took a while for men to find grooves in stipulation matches for it to become as cool as some of them are
that's
now.
Kind of some of what I was trying to say last week, where Charlotte and Sasha invented the Raw, and nobody was making a big deal about it, like it was normal, like it was, hey, this is the new normal, this is commonplace. And I think, as weird as this is going to sound, with Nikki and Carmella having a match that's okay, but at least they still have storyline behind it. And oh, by the way, they're a secondary storyline in a women's division, and nobody's making a big deal of it. Like, oh my God, there's two storylines in women's of it. Like, nobody's making a big deal of it. It's just, another story, and it's normalized. I think
not to mention it's good.
Yeah,
like if I
mean, okay, the fire extinguisher aside, like that was kind of dumb.
Not the match itself, but the storyline in general. That you've got a main event title match for the women with Becky and Alexa, and then not only is the second one holding its own weight, there's times where I find myself more invested in Carmella Nikki than I am with Alexa Becky, storyline wise.
Storyline wise, I'm more invested in the Nikki Carmella storyline myself. And one thing
especially once she started talking shit about Cena.
Oh,
I was talking to my wife about it, and it's like, okay, this has been a good feud, but the point of origin of the storyline, it's run its course. Like, this is 3 months ago. She's mad because
Nikki's back in the division.
Yeah, it's okay. We
hogging the spotlight. Yeah.
And I know they're transitioning out of that storyline. I mean,
who done it?
I did.
Is that losing you or
a little bit? And I don't know if that's not that I don't care about Natalya, but I mean, it's like the writing of this. It's been not the sharpest it's been for the storyline, because it was obvious to me, and I think to the most of the audience, it was obvious the way Natty went in at Survivor Series as her replacement, the way she acted. It's obvious it was her. And then, but they didn't follow up with that at all until TLC, when it wasn't even her that did. It was Carmella got on the mic and said, "Oh, it was Natalya." Anytime that you have a reveal like that, when it's not the person that's doing it, says it, like, to me personally, it just kind of loses my interest, or not lose my interest, but it's like it falls flat for me.
That's why I'm thinking it's not
Natalya?
Natty. Yeah, like you said yourself. For somebody to turn on the biggest attraction in the women's division, you would want to admit it yourself. And Carmella, she's already made it clear that it's not her because it's not her style.
Right.
Natty doesn't really come across as, to me, for a payoff like that, I don't think it would benefit Natty, or they wouldn't do anything with it. Like, okay, Natty did it. All right, what are we going to do about that? What are the next 2 months going to be on television for Natty to justify being the person to take Nikki out?
They've already kind of screwed it up on SmackDown. Like, after the match, kind of Natty and Carmella on SmackDown had a supposed to be
tussle.
A match. Yeah, it was more of a tussle. Yeah, but they ran to the back. They got separated, and Natty ran into Nikki. Oh. And that was what, if I remember correctly.
To me, it was kind of obvious that it would be Natty.
You think so? Even after the stare down that they had, and Natty didn't want to confront her, and she just
split. Yeah.
Yeah,
it's weird because, like, when they moments
Nikki
like
try to
right moments like these,
Nikki wasn't sure.
Yeah, and that's where I'm at. Like, watching enough wrestling, you would think that a storyline like this is set up for a solidified face to turn heel and surprise everybody, be like, "It's me, Austin," or or like, "I did it for The Rock," or DDP. Right. Like something you wouldn't.
Shocking reveal.
Yeah. What shock would it be if it's Natty?
Yeah.
Like,
it wouldn't be shocking.
Yeah, it'd be nothing.
Yeah.
And this isn't any bias towards Natty in general. It's just
it's a bias.
It's falling flat for me.
Yeah.
And mainly because there's been no follow up from Natty. Because this was from Survivor Series we're talking, and she hasn't said nothing.
Yeah.
Like, nothing.
She's still blowing whistles backstage and trying to hype up the women.
And right after Carmella said it was Natty, they cut to a commercial for Zales or whatever it was. Natty's
begins with K.
Yeah, come on, that's a whole other thing. I mean, but
I'm kind of long shot. I bet it's Alexa. Once she's done with Becky, she admits, "Hey, I'm the one that did it because you're hogging up my spotlight." And she has the championship. So if a main event feud with Nikki Bella, the longest reigning champion ever, with a newcomer Alexa Bliss, that's fresh. You're going to have a lot of eyeballs looking at it because it's Nikki. And our eyeballs are always looking at Nikki.
Parts ever.
Yeah.
Well, and Alexa.
And Alexa now.
Ooh,
so,
God.
A nice build, Rumble to Mania with that. It could work.
Already, we have a couple of familiar faces joining us on the live chat. Of course, Randy, she's watching us, my girlfriend. Hi. Randy. But Scott the Scott from Scotland is actually watching.
Hey, sober?
Yeah.
Are you sober?
Well, it's not.
He's Scottish, so I don't think he's ever sober.
Have I ever met him? Have I ever met him sober?
I don't think so.
No.
Yeah.
And the day of his wedding, because he gradually got drunk.
No, he just gradually got drunker. We were at Carbach. His wedding was at a fucking brewery.
Thank you.
And then also we have Alex from last week.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, the guy who's not Mexican.
Okay.
Yeah, Alex Martinez. But Alex says this. Hey, what if it's Becky?
No, Becky's too likable.
No?
Yeah, Becky is too likable. As a matter of fact, I'm coming around on her.
Okay.
Speaking of the devil, Becky and Alexa. we damn near called it that the stipulation was going to be a safe loss for Becky,
and it was.
And it didn't. Knowing that it was going to happen, I still liked it. You have an asterisk on everything. What's your asterisk on this? My
asterisk on this was they were having a really good match until they would stop the flow of the match to implement a table usage. And no offense to the ladies on there, but man, like seeing little Alexa Bliss trying to, maneuver a table. Yeah. I will say.
Like the legs are taller than her.
Right, yeah. I will say the upside down table, the DDT on the upside down table, that was sick.
Yeah.
I think Alexa might have hurt herself on that one because the edge of the table, she landed right on her back. So,
all right. Alex has a rebuttal about it possibly being Becky. And I don't know. I'm kind of going with them on this. She would have been mad because she, whilst being the champ, wasn't the captain of the Survivor Series team.
No.
I like it. I like the idea. I think it's interesting. But that was Survivor Series. That was weeks ago. We're already at TLC.
Yeah, you keep talking. You like Corbin and Kalisto. Tell them why.
I was surprised. I guess maybe it was a lowered expectations kind of thing. Maybe it was the fact that I was kind of the same mindset as JBL, that Kalisto would just get, squished.
How?
Squished. And he did.
That's gonna be a soundbite we're gonna use later.
Yeah, I know, right? Check the tape on that one. No, and he didn't. I mean, he really held his own. We got some nice flippy dippies out of there. Corbin, I think this was the first time that we saw Corbin not just 100% dominating, and he was actually in a competitive matchup. And I think that's something that I've been waiting for a long time with Corbin, because pretty much all of Corbin's matches have been squashes and just like, him just laying waste to whoever it is he's facing. Even now that he's past the initial Braun Strowman or Rusev initial push where you are literally beating two guys at once or whatever, he's kind of past that stage where he's still wrestling
now
people.
He's going in the mid card.
But even then, still his matches were like ho hum, no nothing squashes, but they were a little bit more glorified. This match, he could have actually lost and it would have been believable. He didn't. But I was okay with it, and I kind of feel the same way about the match on Smackdown. But I think the match on TLC was better.
The TLC match, I think it was fun. Honestly, I don't have an asterisk on this one.
Okay.
It wasn't great, but I mean, I think because I did have lower expectations on it, I wasn't expecting much out of it. Some of the spots with the chairs were pretty sick.
Yep.
Starting the match with the pool of chairs, I thought was
Kalisto was showing an edge, like an
aggressive.
Yeah. And that's what I kind of was
hoping for.
Yeah, well, kind of focusing on more than, because I know what we're getting out of Baron Corbin.
Yeah.
But seeing this kind of new aggression out of Kalisto, I don't know where they're going. Like overall, like I don't know where they want to go with Kalisto, like how they want to push his character, because you can push him as a big baby face, have be the next Rey Mysterio, obviously. But I mean, like, do you want him to be like a hardcore wrestler? Like, what are they going with? Because lately he's been like,
that would be just part of the booking, because it's a gimmick pay-per-view and you have to have a gimmick match, and that's the one that. Yeah, and that honestly, to me, that actually made the most sense, because the chairs match actually would bring Kalisto up to a level that, like you.
Oh, because he's got to stand on a chair to be at that level with him.
It made him a credible threat. Without the stipulation, Corbin would have already just mopped the floor with him like he damn near did on SmackDown. But having the stipulation there, it kind of put them on equal footing.
Even the playing field.
Yeah, there you
go. Is that the phrase?
Yeah, I guess so. Which I think you brought that up last week when we were previewing the episode. It's like, that would be the equalizer, the chair. But then I think you rebut it saying, but what about when Corbin has the chair?
You get it in a days on. Or is it in a days that the name is?
In a days, yeah.
You get it in a days on.
Which there's been people that have been going back and forth on his finisher. People are like, it looks too forced. It looks too much of a.
I think I said that once.
Yeah, it looks too fake of a wrestling move.
What?
Yeah. Again,
thank you, say.
Yeah, but I think
I prefer a punch to the face.
But I think what he did by doing it into the,
I want to do like a Three Stooges.
Now give me a taste.
Him doing it into the pool of chairs there, like that was more like you really have to suspend disbelief to really
like
buy
he hurt
that.
himself, like
and he didn't sell it at all. Right. It was like, Kalisto's dead, but Corbin's okay.
I'll give you what should have happened.
Okay.
Like more or less in ECW or even in hardcore era, like Attitude Era WWE, Rob Van Dam, whenever he would do the 5-star frog splash. Well, first of all, he looked hurt.
He would sell it like he got killed. And
but even then,
over.
like he would do that on a ladder, and he damn near like act like he was broken in half.
Yeah, he's pretending that he's putting all his organs back in his stomach. And then,
but that's like an art of selling, though.
Yeah,
that's something that Corbin. Yeah, that's stuff like that.
Corbin
small,
was like,
small nuances like that.
Because I think it was a Salida del Sol into the chairs that were already set up, right? Yeah. And like Corbin was dead. Yeah. But like just because you're doing an offensive move doesn't mean you don't have to sell it. And,
right.
And that's my problem with that match. You said every match had its own little nit to pick. Mm-hmm. That was my nit to pick with that match.
Like it didn't feel like for me. There was no like. It wasn't important or anything. It wasn't like they're having a chairs match, but it's just chairs or whatever. You know, it's just I don't know. It didn't feel important.
It wasn't significant enough.
Yeah, and I said this for a couple of weeks now. I think this feud. This should be the end of it. Yeah, like
after Smackdown,
where are they going? Where are they going with Corbin? You know, so
or Kalisto.
What I do like Corbin's new backdrop we saw on Smackdown.
The buildings and all that little
the smoke or whatever it is descending. Yeah, I like that.
It's the pre-sanity backdrop.
Yeah. Did the right person win the Intercontinental ladder match?
Maybe. I'm not sure.
You're not sure?
I'm not sure.
Let me help you out.
Everyone knows that I'm like the biggest Miz mark. So I'm like, oh yeah, sure, whatever, Miz. And I don't want to just say, hell yeah, because of the Miz. Because of course it'd be like, well, of course Abel says, the right person won the match. So I mean, I'm not sure if that's my own Miz blinders on or what. Because again, I don't want Ziggler to be the guy that's just like another Sami Zayn who just lose, and then eventually nobody's gonna care.
But what happened?
Well, he lost, and I don't know if anybody's gonna care.
Here, I'm gonna help you. The right person won.
Okay.
Yeah.
Defend yourself.
You got a fucking participation award. There's a legit frame and everything. I fucking love that. Good Lord. Dude, the money right now, there has to be a power couple with a belt. And if Rusev and Lana don't have one, then the Miz and Maurice is the stock you invest in.
Yeah.
And the participation award was just another 3 points. Up and it's in the rising of the Miz.
Well, he gave that to Dean.
He gave that to Dean on Miz TV, but online on Twitter he posted that he made one for Ziggler.
Oh, he did.
Yeah.
I didn't.
He's not good enough to show it on SmackDown.
Oh wow. Oh no, it's more intimate that way.
Yeah. Okay, so for the ladder match, were y'all digging that match, or did you enjoy the match?
I was. Again, this is where I'm agreeing with you, Trav. There was a lot of good matches that had their little
And here's I'll tell you mine for this match. I was enjoying the match until the ending sequence. First of all, a positive before that was Miz grabbing the belt and hanging. He pushed the ladder away and he was hanging, and the way he knocked him down, and the immediate sell job of that knee afterward.
It was good.
Dude, like everybody worked everything they needed to do with it. Even Maurice they didn't focus on Maurice like acting scared. Yeah. It was just something that they weren't focused on. Yeah, dude, like everything worked, even to the point where it was, holy shit, Miz's sell job on that. I mean, he's this Hollywood actor. Fuck, why sure, let him give him. I don't know. But that was some of the good spots of it. The ending sequence, I thought it was too contrived for me. Like,
was that with the two ladders and Dolph Ziggler conveniently went to the farther one?
No, before
I hated that.
When like the ladder was up, and then Miz for whatever reason needed to get a second ladder out.
And
right then and there, I was like, why does he need to get a second ladder? And then he gets knocked down, and then Dolph, because he's so hurt, he has to go use one leg on each ladder. It's like, come on. And then the low blow, and I was like, that is totally like kind of.
It was the kick to the peninsula south of the equator, as we learned from Morrow. Thank you, Morrow. I'm gonna refer to my junk as
I would have known that
out.
Because I didn't have commentary. I was live.
Oh yeah, you were there live.
Yeah.
Kick to the balls.
Yeah.
Kick to the balls.
The peninsula south of the equator. Love that. Peninsula.
Main event time.
Peninsula. I don't know.
First impression when Ellsworth walks out there.
Fuck.
Thank you. Abel, first impression when Ellsworth walks out there.
Yes.
First impression when the crowd cheers for Ellsworth pushing Dean off the ladder.
I was cheering too.
Before all that.
Dug it.
Before all that.
All right.
Ellsworth's coming out, I'm hearing boos.
There were boos. Yeah.
That put a smile on my face.
I would think a lot of those boos came from the fact that it was a fucking good ladder match that really didn't need Ellsworth. There's been certain matches where Styles straight up has beaten people. He straight up beat Cena when he had to. He's straight up beaten Dean before when he's had to. Right. He's straight up beaten Jericho when he had to. So the fact that the climax of this feud, which I would think was the climax of the feud, and you're ending it with Ellsworth coming out, knowing that he's going to do what you think he's going to do, like push somebody off the ladder, you knew in a town like Dallas, he was going to get that reaction.
Right.
And boy, did he change everybody's reaction when he pushed Dean. Those thank you Ellsworth chants, I did not expect that. I called what was going to happen, but I wasn't expecting the crowd to react.
Thank you Ellsworth chants?
Yes.
Okay. Maybe I didn't hear
that. That didn't come over to the TV.
Yeah. And AJ hopped.
Hey, just because it was you and your cousin chanting that.
Actually, I was there by myself.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Just because it was you chanting it.
Yeah, I'm that loud. But yeah.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah. So yeah, AJ still champ.
Yeah.
Dean ate a shitload at a table, and AJ hurt his ankle.
Dude, there's that one spot where they had
and his ass apparently.
Yeah, everybody. Man,
free air conditioning. It's hot up in that motherfucker.
I guess so.
Dude, the laughs, the audible laughs.
I heard the last one. I was like, what the fuck happened? Did some fan get thrown out for doing something stupid because it's Dallas and people do stupid shit because people are stupid in Dallas? Thank you for that one fan in Dallas that still tolerates us. It's like, what the fuck happened? And like 5 minutes later, some dude next to me points out, I was like, bro, look at AJ's ass. And I look at him like, what the fuck are you telling me that shit for? What the fuck? Again, why am I here in Dallas? What? And it finally dawned on me. He's like, hey, full moon tonight.
He had his ass ripped open apparently. Yeah.
So,
speaking of, that's when we have old Pound to check join us when we start talking about AJ's ass. What's up, dude?
I hope that brown stuff was as strong.
Actually, I thought I saw a little bit of blood in there.
Here's my
wife thought because that tear happened after this spot I was about to say was when they had lined up the chairs and that sick he flipped them over and he did a 415 with the chairs. I think that's when he
split,
probably his backside probably hit one of the chairs. That's what cut it.
Yeah, it cut it open. Yeah, and it just kept getting worse and worse throughout the match.
I feel bad because everybody's laughing. I don't know. It's just
regardless. That was my match of the night, and it's a candidate for match of the week.
I think I might agree with you. That might be the only thing that's left as far as what would be the best match from this week. I don't know if it'll be that strong. I don't know. I was very hesitant to christen any match this week. Oh, this is my match of the week.
I'm the same way.
Yeah.
Maybe just by default, the main event is the match of the night for the pay-per-view. I just don't know about match of the week though.
My biggest nit to pick was Dean on Tuesday.
All right. I'm sorry. Before we get into Smackdown, did y'all watch the Talking Smack after TLC?
No, I was driving.
Well, I know you didn't, but
I think I did.
It's on the network. You can watch it.
Did I?
Yes,
I did.
Where
I did.
It started, and James Ellsworth ran out, and talked to Daniel Bryan, and he explained his side of the story, like why he did it. And he says, "I've beaten AJ Styles 3 times, and Dean's going to be okay. He's not going to mind because he knows
we go way back.
Because I'm going to give him the first title shot once I beat AJ Styles."
Yeah,
it's like, I mean, I get where they're going with the storyline of the.
I'm glad they didn't give it away too soon. That Dean's been talking smack just like AJ's been talking smack.
That's not what it was at all.
No,
it was him.
Good.
It was strategery on his behalf. That's it. That's all it was. It was him.
He's just being delusional. Got a big head because he's got these
dopey Ellsworth being
maybe
dopey.
He's from Dallas.
Yeah, like that's why I dig it, man. Because it wasn't the regular wrestling thing where it's like, oh, since he talked a little bit of smack about him now, it's not that at all. At least not yet, anyway. And that's why I like it. He's staying true to his character.
You're digging it.
I'm digging it.
What if he beats AJ?
I'll laugh my ass off. I'll laugh just as hard as when you laughed at Brock beating Taker at WrestleMania 30.
Oh shit.
Seriously, legitimately.
I fortunately or unfortunately was not paying attention at the time in WCW when David Arquette won the heavyweight title. Even though it might have made sense storyline wise, people crap on it to this day. At times, I try to figure that out in my head. If Ellsworth were to beat AJ Styles, I would laugh my ass off. And until the day I die, I would be okay with it because it makes sense in the story. And they've given us, was this 4 months of build of Ellsworth, the character, before he even got to SmackDown and got the contract and befriended Dean and beaten AJ all these times. This isn't David Arquette showing up for like 3 weeks to win the belt and then lose it 3 weeks later and then he's gone.
But David Arquette is also he was a celebrity, so let's just give him all this stuff because he's a celebrity and the celebrity's going to get eyeballs on our thing. David,
you don't want to admit it because he doesn't look the part at all, but Ellsworth is a legit wrestler.
Yeah,
you can define his lack of chin or lack of skills or whatever. In this storyline, he is a wrestler, and if he wins the title, I'm cool with it because he's going to get fucked the fuck up when he loses it.
No, I think y'all are on the minority on that one, man. Like
I don't mind being in the minority on that. I can understand the other side of the coin too. That shit, man, SmackDown's got all this top talent. You're gonna put the title on this pipsqueak 140 pounds that's got no chin and got no ass, and he's got the title. Fuck this company. I'm watching TNA. Y'all liars. I ain't gonna watch that shit ever.
Well, see, and here's the way I feel about it. If this is the modern day Brooklyn Brawler, how crazy would it have been if Brooklyn Brawler beat Hogan? You know, like what? That would have made that would have been crazy.
You were about to say it wouldn't make any sense.
No,
That's what you're about to say.
This is our generation's equivalent of Barry Horowitz having the losing streak and then one day doing the 1-2-3 Kid and beating Razor for the Intercontinental title.
Or this is a Lightning Kid beating Razor Ramon and like what the fuck? You know, I'm not saying that
he's already got 3 wins on the fucking World Heavyweight Champion.
He does.
To me, that's good enough. If this was on Raw and this is for the Universal title, go ahead. Have at it.
Yeah, but that's your biased opinion because the Universal titles isn't worth a hill of beans.
Oh, that's just my opinion?
That's
just my opinion?
There's a lot of people that have
fuck
that
out of
opinion.
here.
But the opinion that it's not worth a hill of beans is still an opinion. But
so back to the original gripe. Ambrose comes out without saying a word, drops Ellsworth like a bad habit, leaves.
Right.
Miz TV, guess what? Dean Ambrose is the guest. I was expecting this to happen all night. Like Miz comes out and says, "Hey, Dean, how are you doing?" And he just drops him like a sack of beans. Main event time. Ziggler and
He doesn't sack of beans anymore.
Well, he's Mexican.
Oh,
yeah. I still shop in Michoacán. They have sacks.
Yeah.
Like there's an episode of Raw from the 90s where the Paul Bearer turned on Kane.
Thank you.
Turned on Kane and sided with The Undertaker. That night, Kane showed up 4 times and chokeslammed everybody in that ring. I was expecting Ambrose to release his aggression by like DDTing women, referees, cameramen, the announcers, everybody. Don't tell me how pissed off you are. Show me how pissed off you are. I lost some heat in the character of Dean Ambrose by sitting down and verbally explaining to me why he's feeling how he's feeling when he started off the show so well by just dropping Ellsworth.
I feel the opposite of you on that. I do.
Go for it.
I feel like this totally makes sense because to me, Ambrose isn't all rage, Incredible Hulk all the time, angry. He's fair. And what was fair in the Negan sense over here. He is fair by well, you know what? You're right. I do go way back with you, Ellsworth. I get it, but you know what? Rules are rules. You gotta pay. So he walked in there, dropped them right then and there. He had no beef with Miz. He had no reason to drop Miz. He had no reason to be mad at anybody else. It happened. He's a go-with-the-flow kind of dude. He's kind of irreverent. He doesn't give a fuck. He doesn't give a shit. He just goes around with the rest of his day. He took it out on Ellsworth. And I wouldn't be surprised if next week they're all talking chummy back and forth. Hey, what's up, kid? All right, so you got this thing?
Hell no. The Miz TV should have had Ellsworth, so Ellsworth could have explained some more, and Dean should have done the same thing again.
I don't expect him to stay pissed off at him. I expect him to be like, all right, nice
So
play.
the lunatic fringe is
lunatic. That's exactly what it is. He's crazy. He doesn't do things the way you would normally do it. That also means he's not just going to go rage Incredible Hulk all the goddamn time. He's going to be like, well played, sir. But, you know, like, because it's weird. It's crazy. It doesn't make sense. But that's
Travis,
him.
balance this out, bro.
All right.
Where are you on this?
Well, originally there was supposed to be the title match on SmackDown, Ellsworth and AJ.
Yeah.
My original idea was that Dean was going to come out and cost Ellsworth the match as revenge and be done with it. Now, because we didn't talk about that, but AJ got hurt at TLC,
right?
So that's why they didn't have the match.
Not his ass, his ankle.
Yeah. It's in a sling too. But
his ass is in a sling.
You got his attention.
So yeah, I don't know like how far out they're gonna have to extend the storyline because of the injury.
Well, there's fucking 7 weeks between now and the Rumble for SmackDown.
I don't.
8.
Honestly, for Royal Rumble, I do not want to see. And let me finish. I'm going to say something. Let me finish after that. I do not want to see Ellsworth versus AJ at Royal Rumble
versus Dean in a triple.
Let him finish.
Okay.
However, I know with the history that WWE has at Royal Rumbles, they tend to have title matches on people that don't necessarily get title shots throughout the year.
I agree with that completely.
So if that's the case, if they tell me tomorrow that Royal Rumble Ellsworth gets his match against AJ, I'll roll my eyes, but I'll deal with it.
Because you're gonna be there.
I'm gonna be there.
Yeah.
Oh God, dude, you're gonna shit your pants every 2.5 count that Ellsworth gets. You're gonna hold your breath so hard.
I wouldn't be surprised if his pants split before it's over.
And here's the thing: like, okay, if you're gonna have a match with him, great, fine, whatever. But AJ should not have any problems whatsoever beating this guy.
I don't know. This match needs to be quicker than Lesnar Goldberg.
No, it needs to be faster than Tussle in Texas.
There you go.
Oh, okay. Tussle in Texas. You want to talk about that?
But dude, fuck no.
Okay.
James Ellsworth title match.
Ding.
James Ellsworth title match in front of 60,000 people. I think that's going to be the top of the bucket list that he gets as the character that he has that moment, and he's dead.
Then from there on, he'll just be Horowitz or
he'll
Gilbert.
be enhancement
Santino. Yeah.
He's gonna be a comedy character,
or he could be Dean's, backup buddy,
something like that. Yeah.
You like this backup buddy, don't you?
Dude, I'm on fire tonight, man. That's the whole SmackDown brand in a nutshell.
Randy says in the chat, pants are nothing but an ass sling. So there you go.
Touche.
Yeah.
That's it for the blue brand.
That's it?
Yeah.
Okay.
We covered the pay-per-view and the show.
All right. Guys, listeners, what did you guys think of TLC? 1 to 10. What do you give it? 1 being worst, 10 being the best. What do you give it?
8.
I'd probably go with maybe a 7. I think there was more potential than
dude,
what was
the
realized.
450 into the table.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
That was pretty cool.
I think that's where he hurt his ankle, actually.
You think so? Well, dude, he landed face and chest first.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if that's where he hurt his face if it was hurt.
Or his ass. That's why it split.
He hurt his face so hard his face split.
Because he's always talking out of his ass.
What about you? What do you give it?
Well, man, I'll say a 7. I don't know. Maybe 6. I don't know.
Something else happened last night besides SmackDown, which that's my biggest gripe with WWE.
Randy says she gives it 5 feet of fury.
I don't know what that means.
So Alexa Bliss, she's 5 feet of fury.
So here's the biggest problem.
The title.
So show started at 6:30 with a dark match. And then we had 2 hours of SmackDown.
Right.
Not once did anybody announce to the people at the Toyota Center, stick around. This show ends at 10:30. We're still airing 205 Live, and we've got a bonus dark match for you to take you guys home happy. Not one announcement. Sure enough, 205 Live SmackDown ends. People start leaving.
So no announcement whatsoever.
None
to the audience.
None. The announcement of 205 Live was the intro video of 205 Live playing and the pyro.
Wow.
People, some of them started coming back when they heard pyro and realized that they didn't get all their money.
Someone's on fire.
Can't you
Yeah. So
it is Houston.
Yeah. So basically, the side of the floor opposite the hard camera was completely empty.
Wow.
They all left, save for maybe 3 or 4 people.
Our buddy Jim, he got up there to the front, he got moved up.
Beefy Joe and the Bunny Boys from Doomsday, they were at the event as seat fillers. So they filled seats on the floor for SmackDown. And then when they realized that some of the empty seats against the main shot were empty, they moved about 50 fans from the floor and moved them up to those sections, that 105, 106, 107, to make it look like, oh, hey, we have a crowd for this. Not to mention that arena for SmackDown. I don't know how they're going to do 4 nights in Texas next year, because for SmackDown, the entire top level was taped off, and maybe 3 or 4 sections where the hard camera sits, all that was taped off. So it was barren. And that's before SmackDown ended and 205 started and more people split.
Okay, I'm sorry.
No, you go.
I just wanted to get back to this before we get completely away from TLC. Daryl, good old Daryl, what's up, man? He says
murder.
He says he gives it a 6. It was an average show.
Okay.
And then Pounded Chick and Alex both give it 7s.
All right.
Now, you're describing a lot of what it was like here in Houston, for SmackDown. What was it like in the arena at TLC?
Dallas was, I would venture to say, 98% sold out. The top level was rocking. The platinum section where I was at was all full. Everything was completely full. Like, there was no issues there.
Yeah.
And you could hear it.
It was a hot crowd?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's Dallas.
Which is weird because it didn't really sound like a hot crowd, like throughout the show for me anyways. Like,
yeah, it didn't seem different to me.
They put the mics in the wrong place because it sounded like there was a damn atom bomb under the ring, and every time somebody slammed, you heard like a 4-second echo of the ring slam. Like, though, maybe the mics were pointed in the wrong direction because it sounded a lot louder in there than it might have come across on television.
Hey, Daryl, were you there at TLC? Let me know, because he's from Dallas. Yeah.
Anything stand out from 205 Live?
Yeah, because we didn't see it.
I didn't watch it.
Yeah, I didn't watch it either.
I'll make it short and sweet. The first match, the guys are already starting to find their groove storyline-wise. The first match was Cedric Alexander versus Noam Dar.
Okay.
Noam, that match was long. It was longer than it had to be. Noam Dar won, dedicated the match to Cedric's girlfriend, Alicia Fox.
Oh!
So already they're incorporating... Yeah, again, Cedric and Alicia backstage are like,
we complained about that a few weeks ago.
Yeah, we noted that something was going to come of that, and there we go. So already, Noam Dar's got a storyline. So
Noam Dar's a heel?
I'm assuming.
I guess so.
Okay. The second match was a rematch between Gallagher and Daivari. That match went longer than expected, and Daivari actually won.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's the only upside to me, that Daivari is not going to be just a enhancement guy, because he actually got to win over the guy.
Okay.
The crowd was over it with him though. Gallagher, crowd's winning. He's winning crowds over. He's unique.
Yeah.
Speaking of unique, Rich Swann, for whoever stayed, that crowd was over like Rover for him. He's made. Like TJ Perkins, maybe we talked about it last week. Maybe they overdid the video game references or his character in general.
You think?
Yeah,
they did.
Swan's he's got his own groove. He's working with it, and the crowd loved it. He's over.
It's not forced.
Yeah, it's not forced at all. He retained his title over Kendrick. TJP was on commentary. Kendrick went to TJP, and they started a brawl. Swann came in to try to break it up, and TJP accidentally kicked Swann instead of Kendrick. Ooh. So we might be looking at a triple threat somewhere down the road, maybe Rumble.
I saw a video of that, and TJ was wearing all black. He's going heel. I'm calling it now. He's going heel. Okay. That's old school.
Oh, by the way, the backstage promo between Swann and TJP, 0 video game references.
Really?
We might be onto something. But that was 205 Live in a nutshell. The dark match was...
Yeah, nobody cares about dark match.
Yeah. Dolph Ziggler and the Alphas against the Wyatt family, all 3 of them. I missed it because as soon as the 205 Live was over, I waited outside the box office.
Wait, there's 205 Live and then a dark match?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Wow.
Dude, I'm telling you, man, this 205 Live, that needs to go before SmackDown.
Yep.
There's
enough of a relationship with USA that they could move SmackDown
to 8 o'clock.
9 o'clock, 8 Central, and it'll end at the same time as SmackDown.
That's
the only caveat, as Raw. The only caveat would be you wouldn't have the pre-show because 205 Live's on the network. But even the pre-shows, they narrowed it down to like 10 minutes now. It's not 30 minutes anymore.
And Lita and Jerry Lawler are gone.
They're gone.
Yeah, I mean,
they're legends.
You can still have a pre-show before the 205. Why not? Pre-show, then 205, then SmackDown.
And that'll be a good lead-in for the pre-show people to say, hey, before we start on SmackDown, check out 205 Live.
Yeah.
And then there you go. You're off.
Of course, this will all make even more sense if all the cruiserweights were on SmackDown and not on fucking Raw. Thank you.
I'd go one further. If you really want to, introduce a third brand on a smaller scale, I'd have NXT.
Smaller scale.
I'd have NXT and 205 Live touring together and have the tapings on the road.
Okay.
And I said this. I'm sticking to my guns on this. Once 205 Live started, I said I do not want to see cruiserweights on Raw or SmackDown.
Yeah, we're getting them on Raw.
And we're getting on Raw because we got rematches.
Again, I don't mind that much right now. Like if they made it to where it's its own brand or own thing, then yeah. But right now, I mean, you're gonna have more exposure if you're on Raw and SmackDown.
So, but I missed the dark match because I left outside to be in front of the line for a pre-sale for Survivor Series, which that was my other nit to pick. Shit biscuit. All right, so
shit biscuit.
Survivor Series tickets. The pre-sale was apparently at 10 o'clock online.
On what day?
Yesterday, Tuesday.
That is December
Tuesday,
6th.
December 6th.
When is Survivor Series?
It is November something 2017.
19th? Yes.
2017.
Yeah, I think it's November 19th.
However,
or 17th.
That's my major nit.
They were not selling tickets until the event was over.
Right.
The event ended at 10:25 because of the dark match. However, 10 o'clock, Survivor Series pre-sale code. Guess the pre-sale code.
Houston.
No.
Live. WWE Live.
Survivor.
Oh.
So already,
we didn't guess it. So.
Yeah, already tickets were being sold and sold out online before people in the arena who are being advertised as the first ones to have the crack at tickets are not getting the first crack at tickets. So we're trying to get the cheapest seats, $25 nosebleeds. Those were already gone before the chicks even lifted the curtains.
What?
Yeah.
What?
There were only 2 sections that were $25. Both of those were obstructed view on the top. That's it.
Obstructed view.
Yeah, and those were the only $25 seats, and those were already gone.
Now, when this pre-sale hit, was this all the seating available, or is this like?
I would assume they were.
Okay, so we're assuming
because there were front row seats that people didn't get because they were already gone. And again, you would think people in the arena would have first crack, but people online, maybe scalpers.
I still say we're gonna let's put a pin on that. Let's check it on the day they go on sale because that doesn't sound
Friday.
That doesn't right? Yeah, Friday, right?
Saturday.
So I mean,
Friday.
That doesn't sound right. That it would be that sold out for an event a year.
That makes sense. Maybe it was
the cheapest.
The tickets that were available during the pre-sale.
Even to your point, if they're already just obstructive views, that takes a while for them to sell for.
I disagree with that.
For Survivor Series,
but here's why. Here's why. We had this experience ourselves. Royal Rumble. The cheapest seats were the first ones to go. If you look right now on Ticketmaster, the cheapest seats are 3 digits, at least $100. WrestleMania. If you look for WrestleMania right now at the Citrus Bowl in Orlando, the cheapest seats, $175. All the cheapest ones are all gone.
That's why I wasn't able to get WrestleMania 32 tickets.
The last 2 UFC events that I tried going to at Toyota Center, the cheapest seats were the first ones to sell. Yeah. Even at $50, the cheapest seats were gone within 30 seconds. Right. So cheap seats are going to be gone for the families, the blue collars, the mom and pop that can only afford to be up there. So those are going to be gone.
The humanoids.
Yeah. The people with common sense.
Humanoid. What are you talking about?
I didn't say I wasn't.
So that's 205 Live. So you want to hammer NXT out? Who watched NXT?
I think I did.
You think you did?
The only match I remember that I want to go back and see just for my own personal amusement, Ty Dillinger against Samoa Joe.
I did see that. Well, before that, at the start of the show, there was one of the chicks back there was interviewing Samoa Joe in the backstage thing. He was walking and she'd stop. Hey, let's talk about. And then Ty Dillinger walks in, and he's like,
"Randy says she bought me tickets for Survivor Series today.
Oh,
Merry Christmas! Wow, thanks, babe."
Hey!
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Well, man. Huzzah.
This special moment is sponsored by Kodak. Memories forever. Yeah.
Huh.
Dillinger interrupted the Joe promo.
Okay, so Yeah, so Dillinger comes in. He says he's like, there's no bigger star. There's no guy perfect or whatever for a title shot. And Joe flat out said, you know, you just got embarrassed in your own town. Like, do you want to be embarrassed again? I mean, seriously. and Dillinger is like, I got about 10 reasons that I can pow, and he slapped him across the face.
Really? I need to watch that. Oh, and of course Joe killed him, right?
His face, you know how he gets, you know, that's how.
Now see, okay, going back to Joe is the guy that I expect to go around, drop Ellsworth, drop Miz, drop so. He's
done it. He's done
it. Yeah.
He's done that.
I loved it.
His character is the guy that is the Incredible Hulk mad all the goddamn time for no fucking reason.
Because he's big and fat. Of course, I think of Hulk when I see Samoa Joe shaking.
Exactly, but that's him. He's not Dean.
Okay,
Dean is a different character.
Yeah.
I know. I'm just saying.
You're making a point, guys.
All right.
So the match itself, it was really good. We've seen like the main eventers fighting Ty Dillinger before.
Mid-card, yeah.
But this is the first time I've seen this happen with Ty Dillinger, because I think Nakamura first fought Ty Dillinger when he won the title. And at that point, Ty Dillinger was still like
he wasn't face yet.
He was getting over. He was getting over with the 10 thing, but he wasn't. He was still.
It wasn't official.
He was definitely a heel at the time.
Now, like, Ty Dillinger's got more of a confidence to him in the ring, and he feels a little bit more legit to me. I could be, just overthinking this, but he feels like a little more legit, like he's more upper mid card, maybe on the cusp of something. There's just something that just needs to be tweaked just a little bit, and he could be over. Joe was doing a really good job of putting making him look good.
We've seen Joe in TNA, maybe even in Ring of Honor. If there's a guy that can get people over, it's fucking Joe. And that's the other reason why I want to watch.
And that's what he was doing. He was making Ty Dillinger look really good in that
Joe
match.
is able to garner sympathy for his opponents because he murders them.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's not even that, dude, because there was another match. It was Asuka versus she didn't get a name entrance. She was already in the ring. And there was a sequence in there where they're going back and forth, and she just like slapped Asuka in the face, and Asuka just kind of turned around and did the stare, and then immediately Asuka's gonna kill. Asuka's gonna kill each other. That's kind of what you're talking about. That he's gonna kill him.
Yeah.
You didn't get any of that. Joe's gonna kill you.
They were over for Ty. Yeah. All right, I'll put you on the spot. What's he missing?
Man,
he's got the crowd. He has a hand gesture gimmick that can get the crowd easily over.
One fucking chant.
Dude, morons in Houston were chanting 10 every time the referee counted the entire night between SmackDown and 205. So if Ty's on SmackDown, he's going to be over. He has a gimmick. I'm sure the kids can do the same thing. Is it something in his moveset?
Like I
his
said,
finisher?
I don't know, man.
His
half-ass cartwheel. I love the name Tiebreaker.
Half-ass cartwheels.
Oh, no. Wait, hold on.
I got it. What? He needs a feud. He needs a feud. Somebody he could go up against. He needs a Vince.
Did you want Rude to continue?
Fuck Rude. But that's just my own.
No, because
bias.
Rude was they're not on the same level right now. Rude, he's doing his own thing. Ty Dillinger needs. I agree with that. He needs somebody else to dance with. And I think this would be where NXT, if they were to have a secondary belt, I think that's what he would benefit from. Another thing about this match, I just thought about. The setup for the tiebreaker is he gets him on the shoulders and he drops him, right?
Yeah.
They built that up throughout the match.
Oh, trying to carry Joe. Oh, I want to watch this.
Yeah. He tried that like 1 or 2 times. He couldn't get him up. He kept putting him back down.
Oh,
the last time he put the knee pad down and then he stopped and he had a second one underneath and he pulled that one down. So it's just
pure knee.
Yeah,
pure Cody.
And he picked them up.
Oh, I want to watch this.
It's a good match.
Hold on. You're talking very highly of this match.
I am.
But you were not talking this highly about other matches that we've said, probably match of the week, but we don't know. It's kind of a thin week. Is this your match of the week? And if so, should we go back and watch it and maybe change our minds? And do you think we would?
I didn't think about this as match of the week.
You're gushing like a teenage schoolgirl over this match.
I am, and I didn't see shit.
But No, because now I've actually had time. Now I'm able to sit down and talk
Gush.
about.
Yeah.
You're digesting it.
Yeah, I'm
okay.
talking about
girls.
And yeah, I will say this is my match of the week.
Oh, we have homework.
I guess we do.
You're gonna fail.
Listeners, did you watch that match? If so, is that match of the week? Was that better than AJ versus Dean at TLC?
Oh, that's gonna be. Oh, okay.
Let us know what you think.
I said that AJ Dean was match of the night.
Right?
I did not
I
say.
agree.
I did not say that was.
We're
All right.
talking about match of the week.
All right.
Yep.
And you know what the problem is, right?
What's that?
Whenever one of us
Says
is like this with
match
everyone
is-
else,
Yeah.
you motherfucker, you.
Yep.
So we'll see.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
we'll see.
No, now I think that covers NXT until we talk
Tonight.
about what happened over the weekend.
Yes.
Let me ask you something. How awesome was it, or how special did it feel whenever Samoa Joe became the first two-time NXT champion? Did it feel like a big deal?
I would assume it'd be a bigger deal for you, but for me, I was like, okay, yeah. I mean, it's cool, but I mean,
Because for the longest time for NXT, they've never had a two-time champ,
right.
and Samoa Joe was the first two-time champ,
Yes.
and then he lost it
Mm-hmm.
the next week
Right.
to the same value
You
And-
just won it from.
because they're in Japan.
So now we have two-time champs.
Knee.
Knee.
There you go. Because they're in Japan,
Uh-huh.
right? Is that the only reason he dropped it in the first place?
Maybe.
Does that sour anything for these title runs or this
Maybe.
playing hot potato, making the belt a prop for a pop where you're at in your hometown?
You know what? For me to have a clear enough opinion of it, I need to watch the match.
And we're gonna, because they're airing
It's
it
tonight.
tonight.
It's
on this
airing
episode.
right now as
Well,
we're
it's
doing this.
already-
Oh wait. Oh yeah. It airs.
I
It
would.
finishes
7
airs
7
right
o'clock.
when
Yeah.
we're starting the show.
I would
Yeah.
say that it's serving a greater purpose. This isn't Nakamura winning the title because it's furthering the feud. This is a reason for more Japanese wrestling fans to subscribe to the network to see their hometown boy climb up the ladder of the
That's a corporate reason. You, as a fan, you don't work for the company. You don't care about it.
Me as a fan, I like that this feud is continuing.
Okay.
I hate the fact that it's being drug out when there isn't a takeover to benefit from it. You know, like I would have loved
So genuine.
as
Okay.
cool as I liked Joe beating Finn for the title. It would have been cool to have seen that live on a takeover built up as opposed to a house show in Lowell, Massachusetts. It would have been cool for those 300 people that were there, but where's the draw? Like, where's the payoff? You would have gotten a fuck ton of payoff if you saved that second match or that match that Joe actually beat Finn live on takeover in front of 14,000 people.
Does that going back to that? That's twice now we've had title changes that are unaired. Well, they film it,
They
but
air it later, but they
later.
spoil it on their own fucking Facebook. Hey, by
Right.
the way, and Nakamura's on his knees with the title again.
Yeah.
So
Does that? Do you think it's a smart move, or do you think they need to go back to let's build up and let's have a big?
As a selfish fan, I would be like, dude, that fucking sucks because I didn't get to see it,
Right.
and see it unspoiled in real time,
Right.
So I don't like that, but that's just being a fucking selfish ass
well,
fan. What I do like about it is the unpredictability. Like the first time it was Lowell, Massachusetts. Oh shit. Well, they're not gonna do that again. Wait, oh shit, Japan? What?
hey, so,
okay, but is Nakamura in Japan? Do
Wait.
you really think he was going to win?
Well, we had that argument when what's her name lost in Boston. Sasha lost in Boston. Oh well, nobody ever wins in their hometown. Well, now that the opposite happens, we're not okay with it.
on your argument, selfish fan,
Okay.
you as a selfish fan that missed the last NXT house show, having this shit happen on another house show, is that going to interest you to buy a ticket for NXT the next time they come, knowing that you could miss something?
It'll give me a second thought.
There you go.
It'll give me a second thought.
That's the other payoff. That might actually get both of you off of your asses to go to the next NXT show.
Let's not get too crazy here.
Well, at least me.
At least you.
I'm more apt to get off my ass.
Surprising because you're the more lazier one out of the two of us.
Well, for certain things, yes.
Lucha Underground.
Oh, that time already.
You missed out, man.
Did I?
We saw some of it.
There's
caught the tail end.
There's
while he was
episodes
watching
of
it.
like The Simpsons where it's based on Flanders, or there's an episode of Friends with your favorite character, Seinfeld. Your favorite episode of Seinfeld that focuses on one of the characters that's not the main guy. We
Like
got
an
a
episode of South Park that was only Butters.
There you go.
Everyone knows it's Butters.
60 minutes of Pentagon Dark.
Ooh.
You're welcome.
Hi.
I had to. I was.
him. He did it.
I was
Yeah,
tempted to buy some flowers for the first chick that Pentagon Jr. destroyed. She sold the moves like an atom bomb. Doku.
Well, yeah. Here's the thing. It was Pentagon Dark in the gauntlet match against the Black Lotus.
Black Lotus and the Triad. So 4 separate matches, all against women. And Doku, the first chick, Pentagon destroyed. And it looked beautiful. And I'm afraid to say that again. Women's rights, my man. He killed her bad, and I loved every second of it.
Yeah, I think the wasn't a missile drop kick, but the running like drop kick.
And she she didn't take the bump. She like went splat. You can see her.
It's
like
the same thing that Finn Balor does. The exploding drop kick thing.
Okay,
and they go flying back.
Running drop kick. Yeah.
Yeah. He did that. Once he did that, it was over.
And then the super kick. Oh.
Yeah. But here's the thing. Here's the thing about these matches. They progressed throughout the show.
Everything progressed.
And it wasn't just him destroying this chick the first match. But she got some moves in to start.
Mm-hmm.
The second match, it was a little more balanced out.
Yuri.
That was more back and forth. The third match
against Hitokiri.
Yeah, the assassin.
Yeah.
Hello, Kitty.
Hitokiri.
Here, Kitty.
Here, Kitty.
She actually won that match.
Yeah.
The first match he broke the girl's arm. The second match he caught her mid flip and turned it into a package power bomb.
Yeah.
A package pile driver, and then he broke her arm. And then by this third match, he's already spent because we're like 35 minutes into this show, and the second match already happened, and we still have the third match to go.
The second match ends. Pentagon does the thing with the arm and everything, and then he's like in the turnbuckle, and then the lights change and everything, and the announcer
announces Hitokiri,
and then Matt Stryker goes off about how impressive that she's the assassin, she's the most powerful one. This is gonna be the toughest challenge, this and that, and Vampiro's like, wait, we'll be right back. Catch your let it all soak in.
They got you.
Yeah,
They got ya.
It was commercial free, but then when they came back, yeah, dude, that match she was kicking his ass for a while.
Oh yeah,
and then it went back and forth a little bit. He was getting his, and then
she dove off. No, I would take that back. She did not dive off the top of Dario's office. She got a good 3.5 feet up in the air.
Yeah.
She jumped up out of Dario's office and landed on Pentagon.
Yeah, that was pretty much when I got here and you were watching that. Yeah.
And the whole episode from start to finish is another one of those, like, for example, a good Walking Dead episode that has a beginning, a middle, and an end, and you can watch that by itself as an episode and feel like you got the point across. Mm-hmm. From the very beginning, Pentagon Dark runs into Vampiro in the locker room.
Right.
That set the tone for the entire episode. Vampiro talking smack in the darkest way of Pentagon Dark. And then as the matches go on, you can see Vampiro. You can hear him literally orgasming over the microphone over this excitement of violence that's getting Vampiro
I think
off.
He said that at one time.
And you could hear him like breathing, like palpitating, like he's like like if he was literally getting off on all the violence. And not only that Pentagon was still hanging in. That by the third match, Hitokiri, that she was put over as like, this chick's a big deal. Mm-hmm. By the third match, everybody in the temple accepted the Lotus Tribe as a threat that they were chanting for them. Mm. They all were made in this match.
Yeah.
Just like Joe did a good job of putting over Ty between Pentagon and Stryker and Vampiro, they put over this entire tribe.
Yeah, Pentagon. Triad. Yeah.
No, all 4 of them. All of them. All of them were put over.
You kept saying tribe. They're
triad.
They're a triad.
I meant tribe as in the 4 of them, not the triad as the 3. Even Lotus was put over.
Okay.
Because we haven't seen much of Lotus. She had the one match with Dragon.
She
and a bunch of backstage stuff.
She was put over as like the leader of it because she didn't really do it. Like she threw a couple kicks at the end,
and they just beat the shit out of it.
Broke the arm. Come on, that was my one nit to pick on this whole thing was like
you get an arm break, everybody.
I just hate that it's automatically an arm break. Like it's automatic, like oh, he broke his arm or she broke his arm.
They have to stop the match because the wrestler can't defend themselves.
It was okay. It worked really good on the first 2 matches.
Yeah,
but then like he got as soon as like she did it on Pentagon. Oh, she broke his arm, and then
Dragonis took a
he came out. And they got out of the way, and then he did the other arm. Oh, he broke his other arm too, and it's like really, he's like laying around here with 2 broken arms. Meanwhile, he's like fixing his mask,
adjust his mask and shit. Yeah,
like
my arm, my mask.
Ay, puto.
Like calm down a little bit on that. Like it's automatically assumed that's an arm break. Just like I don't know.
Would it have changed for you if they added in the sound effect of a break?
I said that.
You did.
I said that.
You did say that.
I said this is the one time they needed steel from WWE. Like whenever Brock Lesnar broke Triple H's arm and they used the celery breaking.
Or like the Undertaker comes out and they have real lightning on the screen.
Yeah. Something to that effect. It's just maybe if Pentagon like sold it more, like he was hurt more than what he did.
Dude, I was entertained as fuck regardless this entire episode.
Oh, I was too.
And I love the fact, again, like the renaissance of women in wrestling, dude. Raw, SmackDown, NXT, Lucha Underground. It's Lucha Underground, obviously, for me, setting the precedence because they're already from jump saying that they're all on equal fields. And Hiro Kitty, dude, yeah.
I liked her swagger.
Yeah.
She had like confidence, and Vampiro picked up on it too.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, she's been in dark places.
And, Vampiro getting turned on through all this violence. Nothing pleased me more than seeing her cell getting thrown into the chairs multiple times and just like laying there like a puppet without strings. Just I fucking loved it, dude. And Pentagon just selling it like,
Oh, the shots of Vampiro where he's just
and the MVP, they have all these awful crowd shots on Raw and SmackDown. The shot of that Mexican lady that she's like,
oh yeah. There's that one, and there's that one guy who was like,
yeah. That's Lucha, man.
All right.
That's it.
Now, since that was a gauntlet match, and
no.
Okay.
I know you're going. No.
All right. So the third match of the week.
The third match is really good.
The third match is a candidate for match of the week.
I'll give that one a candidate.
But overall, that was 48 minutes of entertaining shit, and I've come to expect that from
Lucha. Not only that, like you said, like a beginning to end. But if you just pick up this episode by itself, they even did a nice package to build up to what led to this match.
Yeah.
So it wasn't just, oh, what the hell's going on?
You don't get 18 wrestlers on the roster. You just get the reason why we're getting this episode. Yeah, and I like that. You can literally show this to anybody.
It made it more intimate, I think. Like it give it more time to play out.
Drink it in, man.
Drink it in, dude.
Yeah. That's our transition to Raw.
Drink it in, hombre.
Hey, did y'all remember that Triple H had something to do with the Universal title going to Kevin Owens?
Why, golly, George, I did.
Because they mentioned that on Raw.
Yeah, I was so happy when I heard that.
And then
I was like, wait, you're just teasing us with this?
Yeah.
Where's it going? Hey, no, it was right here. It was right here. You were going to get to it. What are you?
It's like somebody taking the last plate at the buffet line, huh?
Yeah.
Doesn't that piss you off?
Yeah, you go over to the Chinese buffet place and there's only like one little thing left with sushi and then they take it. Yeah. Fuck.
What did you think, Travis?
I don't know what's going on with Abel. But yeah, I was Triple H. I kind of, you were watching it. I was like, oh, okay, this is, and then he's like, oh, but to get to Triple H, I got to get to Kevin Owens. To get to Kevin Owens, I got to get through Jericho. I was like, what? Like all this. Yeah. He's
connecting the dots. Okay.
But it's going to take like, how long have you been?
How long? Like WrestleMania.
35.
Yeah. No, it's going to be at Indianapolis, and they're home of the Colts. So it's going to be at the stadium where the Indianapolis Colts play. So it's going to be WrestleMania Horseshoe. Just like WrestleMania Star, WrestleMania Orange, WrestleMania Play Button. It's going to be WrestleMania Horseshoe that they're going to have Rollins versus Triple H.
What? When are they in Indianapolis? What?
He's trying to be funny.
That again?
Well, we can't all get turned on by food like this guy.
Oh, I know.
So did that lose you already?
That did.
Owens versus Roman.
I'm just
and
tired.
Rollins
Like,
and Jericho.
I don't know, man. This seems like with Raw lately, it's just been like the same story is like just kind of repeating. I don't know. It's like we got something. He mentioned Triple H, and then he didn't. We're back to square one again.
Yeah. It was like, I didn't forget about you, but I can't do nothing about it now because you're a very busy man.
And where here's
Okay.
in where like SmackDown is, I don't want to say progressive, but it's like they're doing newer things.
Mm-hmm.
Raw still seems the predictive show. Like they seem like, for example, they said Jericho's going to fight Roman Reigns.
Perfect opportunity for Jericho to win the title. So,
but what did we
Roman
say? What did we say as soon as that happened, or as soon as we got?
He's not winning.
Roman's keeping it.
Yeah.
And guess what?
Roman kept it.
Yeah.
Okay.
How interesting?
Status quo.
How interesting would that have been?
It would have been very interesting.
Yeah. That's the difference. Raw is not interesting.
Raw is predictable.
Yeah.
SmackDown fooled me with TLC and the episode of SmackDown about half the things that were going on in that roster to the point where I'm invested.
She's still thinking about Randy Orton's not.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for Randy Orton to fucking do the turn, and I'm like, okay, I'm wrong. Okay, I'm wrong. And Raw, like every time you go to Vegas and you can make all the money back.
We're guessing about Natty and everything. We don't know about that.
Yeah.
So
Raw is predictable. It's like, okay, they're gonna force us Roman again. Ugh. You know, it's just. Oh, that's my other nit to pick about SmackDown. Real quick to go back on it. TLC's over.
Right.
Build to the fucking Rumble. Announce that the Rumble's your next pay-per-view. Not one mention within promos or backstage interviews that they showed on the screen. Nothing. So apparently we can't build on Royal Rumble until Raw's finished with their fucking pay-per-view.
But we can sell tickets for Survivor Series.
Oh!
We sure can, can't we?
I'll drink to that. Yeah. So that's it.
Yeah, tickets we can't buy.
So
wait. I'm not in that boat anymore.
All right.
Thanks, Randy.
Speaking of predictability, did you expect the ending with Charlotte and Rick that we got?
A little bit.
No,
not at all.
I had no idea where they were going with it, honestly.
Because my original reaction when they said that Ric Flair's here and she's going to public, I was like, didn't she do that the following week?
Yeah.
It killed all her fucking heat, like right after she did it.
Yeah.
So this kind of threw me off. Like it was just, I don't know where they're going with it, but
damn, she looked good though.
It felt very WWE to me for her to like do a fake apology, and that's what she did. She was convincing when she was trying to apologize, but when she did it so quick, like Rick entered the ring and was like, "Hey, Dad, sorry." Even Rick was like,
okay, now what?
Well, he wasn't buying it at first.
Yeah, he wasn't buying it, and I wasn't buying it. Right. And she was like, "Oh shit, he's not buying it. Here, let me hug him." I was like, "No, this is going to be a fake apology." And that's exactly what it wound up being. So I kind of did.
Okay, well, regardless,
I wasn't expecting why. When Charlotte said, "You raised Sasha's hand, and I'm your daughter," after she just had this promo that you were never my father because you were always on the road.
Yeah,
I was not expecting that at all. And she delivered that. She did a better job delivering the promo here than she was delivering the promo where she told Rick to get the fuck out.
I agree.
Yeah.
And I loved it. And Sasha was killed. I love that too.
You know what?
I agree.
I'm going to say something here. I think you guys know. I've been listening to the Taz show.
Yeah.
They might be listening to this guy, like picking up tips because some of the stuff that he says they need to be doing, I felt it like on that promo. Like,
well, he was backstage when they did that ECW special for the network.
Well, yeah, but that was
he could have been.
Well, that was different.
They could have heard him a lot closer there than they did on the podcast.
But the moment that like he finally embraced her and she pushed him to the side and he said, "You son of a bitch!" And who do you think you are, dude? That was just using that language in the way she used it on WWE. Yeah, I mean, Becky's calling Alexa a bitch, whatever. That's one thing. But yelling at your father, calling you a son of a bitch, that's being
and having reasoning in your defense. Like if it was just if it was her just whining like a little baby, I wouldn't have cared. But certain heels, you can invest in them when their intention has a real purpose. And Charlotte's real purpose was when you're raising the hand of someone that's not your daughter. Right. What the fuck?
When the villain is right in their own mind, they're not a villain in their mind. And that's when she kept berating and braiding everything. And then here's where I'm thinking there's Taz and all that is Sasha came out and made a save. They didn't play her music. They didn't make a big deal about it. She just ran out, make it feel real. Like,
yes,
make it feel Attitude Era.
Yeah, very. And I've been saying it the last couple weeks. That's the one positive thing I can say about Raw the last few weeks. They're in the main event, whatever's in the main event after 10 o'clock.
Yeah. Once the kids go to bed.
Yeah. Then they kind of, crank it up just a little bit. But they
make it PG-14.
No, well, it's not crazy now.
Oh.
But they're this whole segment, it felt like they're trying to bring some realism into it.
Yeah.
Her yelling, calling him a son of a bitch, and Sasha running out, no music playing, no graviance to her coming out, just coming in and making the save. It felt different because we don't get that kind of stuff anymore. Now it's all production. It felt grittier a little bit.
As predictable as the booking of it is worthy of my complaint, which I just did 5 minutes ago. I do like the psychology behind it because it's crazy bitch with daddy issues, and that's
people can relate to that.
That's exactly what she's going through. Like, I hate you, but I'm mad at you because you're supposed to love me, but you don't love me the way I want you to love me.
Because you don't love me the way I want you to love me.
I love you, I hate you, I can't live without you. Like, it's just a fucking rock song. That's all it is. But it made sense. So,
that's Saliva. I remember.
Yeah.
Well, since we're talking about Ric Flair, what about passing the limo to? Instead of passing the torch, she passed the
torch, passed the limo.
There you go, player.
You want to talk about stuff that felt not forced? I love the beginning where Enzo's or Cass is in the ring and Rusev doesn't come out.
Yeah,
like you can slowly see the gears turning in his Jersey head, like, "Oi, I'm fucked," and he grabs a phone.
He's Australian now.
But then they fucking drug out the whole room scene to make it feel like, oh man,
they drug it out so much that when Enzo had to take off his pants, he did it to the side, away from the camera, because he actually had a half boner.
Yeah.
What? Oh. Well, if you're
the promo lasted,
I don't blame him.
The promo lasted so long that it killed my boner that I got as soon as I saw Lana in the lingerie. That's how long it was.
The lingerie.
The robe.
Yeah.
There was the lingerie.
And then Rusev killed him. Like, okay.
Yeah.
And
I thought it was funny. It was entertaining.
The whole thing from the beginning. And you could tell, you knew where they're going.
Yeah.
To the point. But there was a point when she took the ring off and she threw it on the floor. You were like, I can't take this seriously because I know they're married in real life.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's the other thing that bothered me.
Yeah.
Not bothered me, but it's like I can't invest fully in this storyline if that's where they're going. If I know it's not, I can't.
So logically, the only place they're going is the setup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, the only thing that felt really different about that is Cass, the realization. Oh shit! You just.
Yeah, that was done very well.
Yeah,
I like that.
And then the fact that he grabbed the guy at the ringside and
Enzo was like, I don't know.
And it makes sense. Yeah. No number, no response. Like,
yeah,
okay.
You would all do the same thing. You know?
Yeah, I do it to you.
Yeah.
As far as
ever
Raw,
had to call you before you went and okay, never mind.
No, he has his own caller ID. He has our names. That's
yeah. Well, the thing is, I've never had to call him in that situation where I know he's hooking up with some hoe that he shouldn't be hooking up with, and I had to so urgently get a hold of him that I couldn't get my phone. I had to get somebody else's phone.
Specifics on that.
Well, I know. I'm just saying.
How dare you call women hoes? You with a feminist girlfriend, and you're actually in front of her that just bought you fucking Survivor Series tickets.
I think we just got Survivor Series tickets.
I didn't say it.
I think you and Nancy just got Survivor Series tickets.
I didn't say women. I didn't say women are hoes. I said that hoe. There's a difference.
No, I heard all.
I heard. Yeah, I know what I heard.
Said all hoes.
I know what I heard. The audience knows what they heard.
Singular, not plural.
Send your hate mail to HoustonWrestlingRadio@gmail.com.
And take shut down.
Because if anybody at this table is hooking up with hoes, it's this guy.
That's it for Raw.
Is that a show?
No, it's not. Because we're
Lord.
going to settle something right now. Raw, SmackDown, 205 Live. That's 6 hours of live WWE programming
2 days.
in 2 days. What do we do with objects of 3 on this show? Push, keep, fire.
I guess in this instance it would be canceled.
Yes.
Okay.
Whatever. Push, the show that you have to watch. Keep, the show that you want to keep around on your DVR and you'll get to it eventually. Fire, to the point that you would either watch the top 10 clips on YouTube or just disregard the whole fucker altogether.
I already know what I'm going to already have.
205 Live, Smackdown Live, and the show that's always been live, except when it's overseas, Raw.
Oh, that's right. You didn't know what we were going to do.
No. I did not know this. I like this.
We'll go over the answers next week with you guys. So the more posts, the longer our show will be. Otherwise, it'll be short and sweet, and we'll just complain about it.
Right.
But that's our Push Keep Fire.
Yeah, we'll put that up on the Facebook page, facebook.com/Houston Wrestling Radio.
Push, keep, cancel?
Push keep cancel.
Push Keep Cancel. Yeah. Primetime DVR cancel.
Live
DVR cancel. Yeah.
Oh, hey.
Flash, Arrow, Legends of Tomorrow. Live DVR cancel. No, okay. We'll save that for pop culture. But yeah, there we go. Our Push Keep Fire television edition.
All right.
You like it?
I like it.
All right.
I like it.
Anything else before we close?
Yeah, I got something.
Ooh, give me
some little news that came out.
Oh, this is good news.
Depends on. I don't know.
Depends if you voted for Trump.
And some news that I kind of felt coming for months now. Donald Trump is appointing Linda McMahon as head of Small Business Administration. Yeah. So
all those campaign funds she spent running twice didn't go to waste.
Right. Yeah. And I've been seeing, like, you know, some of my friends on Facebook, they've been posting stuff like this about McMahon, like Linda McMahon. Like, people have fallen out of wrestling. They know the name, but they're kind of talking. This is a talking point, and like everybody's kind of
just on face value. They don't understand that maybe us as wrestling fans are kind of in the know that she's tried running twice for Connecticut
Senate.
Yeah,
I thought it was for a seat in
New York.
No,
was it Connecticut?
Candidate. Yeah.
Okay, whatever.
For Connecticut,
but it was for Senate. Yeah.
But whenever Trump was running, there was I'm not a conglomerate, but was a collection of people that were donating to his campaign, like a total of 18 million. Linda McMahon, over the course, donated $6 million.
Yeah, I thought it was between Linda and Vince. They both.
Well,
whatever.
The McMahons.
They contributed $6 million to the Trump campaign
combined. Yeah, it was in different installments, but anyway, the point is, I knew, and plus with the history that Donald Trump has with the McMahons, you knew, like, as soon as he started appointing like people you knew to different things. Now it's like I knew it was only a matter of time before a McMahon of some.
The first thing I thought of, I hope y'all get the reference.
No.
There is an episode of The Simpsons where Lisa joins the Mensa group, and they take over the city. So all the people that they think they're smarter than everyone else, they start enacting laws that would benefit themselves instead of the overall collective. Like comic book guys, like, you're only going to have sex once a year. For some of you, that's a big loss. For me, that's a fucking big gain. And it all went to shit. And this is what it feels like. Donald Trump is hiring all these business people that he's aware of that can further his agenda, thinking that what they think is better than everybody else. And I can picture it by 2018, the swastika flags are going to be hanging off the White House. Like, we're going to go to mega cities like Dread. I'm telling you, this thing is going to go in the total shithole. And I'm going to just laugh. Maybe with a violin playing it horribly, like Matt Hardy doing Nakamura's theme, but it's going to be fucking enjoyable.
Linda, I knew you'd come.
Man! I know, yeah.
Now, okay. I mean, that might be a bit of hyperbole here. Let's
a bit.
Let's get down to the nitty gritty. All right, Linda McMahon is in charge of what?
Small Business Administration.
Small Business Administration. What the fuck does a Small Business Administration do?
They're in charge of any small businesses, how
they
loans, monies, things like that are allotted out, and how
tax breaks.
Because any like small business, they have to go through the government to get loans.
Okay.
And
file their
SBA. If we work at banks, I've dealt with that a couple times. I don't know if you've had to deal with that at yours, but yeah, SBA loans. That's a thing. Like you have to go. This government sponsored loans, pretty much. Government regulated. So that's pretty much what she's in charge of. Now, whether or not she's when you see Trump anointing Linda McMahon, you're like, oh, eyes roll. But think about what she's done, like with WWE, like starting off with just her and Vince, and bringing it to as a small business, bringing it to where it's at, global pop culture, everything. Is that a bad decision? I mean, they have some smarts in there.
It depends how far they go.
Yeah.
For example, not to get all political here. If Trump is trying to save Carrier jobs because he has a stake in Carrier, or he's trying to negotiate the pipeline in North Dakota because he is in the know with contractors and he's going to therefore profit over the building of that. How far would Linda's reach go if she has a say in the Small Business Administration? Therefore, because she's helping Trump, she's telling Trump, hey, you know what? We need to solidify that independent contractor thing so the WWE didn't have to deal with that shit. Like you scratch my back, I'll rub your ass or something, in that, or I'll fix your toupee or whatever, so that everybody wins in their own personal interest. Because again, Trump is anointing a lot of business people to government positions now that all might have their own gain, even though that they're supposed to be looking for the benefit of the entire country.
A conflict of interest.
Yeah, exactly. Not to mention, Linda McMahon's already got her foot in the door. It's going to be a lot easier for her to run for Senate now that she has experience already.
There's no checks and balances in this. What we're seeing right now. So
I guess that's what people wanted. They didn't want politics,
right? Yeah,
you're welcome.
Yeah, let's talk about draining the swamp. Well, you're going to drain the swamp, but then refill it up with a different kind of swamp. It's still a swamp, right?
We'll empty the swamp, but we'll leave you with the crocodiles in there. You figure it out.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's going to be kind of
a nice pair of shoes out of that.
Yeah, it's going to be a wild ride.
I'm just thinking of how many movies we're going to get out of Trump's presidency.
Oh, yeah. Now, see, I mean, as of a lifelong fan of
WWE films starring the Donald.
Oh, right. Oh, God.
Drumpf.
I've given so much of my money to Vince and I guess Linda by proxy. I really don't know. Does her being the COO of WWE for such a long time make it to where she's actually going to be good enough as somebody that's going to run the country's small businesses all over the place? Because for a long time now, I know way back then it was a small business, but for a long time WWE has not been a small business. Has she jumped in the timeline enough where it was still considered a small business? She knows anything about small business.
For all the shit that I've been given this entire process, if she can make it work, good for her.
Yeah,
and good for Donald.
That's what everybody's jumping the gun right now.
It's easy to make fun of it now, but obviously she has enough credential to at least merit looking over her resume.
Like, it's not like when I heard that and I'm saying small business and all this other stuff, I was like, okay, I can see it. Like, it's not far-fetched.
Yeah.
Like if she was thrown in like economics or something like that, or some kind of
Linda McMahon for the cover of Maxim. Yeah.
No, but you know what I'm saying? It's like, it's just like, it makes
now that
sense.
I put that mental picture in your head, you're welcome.
If she was in charge of like agriculture or something like that, it wouldn't make much sense, but small business, I can see it, but who knows what she knows? Knows what she doesn't know?
He's probably made worse appointments to his cabinet than Linda. Linda might be one of the okayer ones, but like.
I can already see the fucking headlines or people making Saturday Night Live.
A wrestler is in the White House. Like
they'll show clips of Linda low blowing Vince at WrestleMania 17.
Or when she was all catatonic, just being pushed around.
Oh, that's a new meme right there.
Oh God! When Vince was making out with Trish right in front of her, and she was just all catatonic and didn't do anything. Oh, this is your new America. Like, oh, geez.
Yeah, I'm waiting.
I'm waiting for the meme that there's only one man that could beat Donald Trump in the White House, and that's the man that gave him a Stone Cold Stunner at WrestleMania 23. Stone Cold for president. Yeah.
I know The Rock said he's strongly
everybody. The Rock, Kanye West, everybody's all of a sudden like, okay, if Donald Trump can do it, fuck it, anybody can do it. Yeah.
Let's see. You know what? If The Rock is serious about that, why don't he try for like local like a governor or something.
Yeah,
first.
like how Rhino's doing. Oh wait, Rhino didn't get elected.
Rhino
lost.
No, I was gonna say Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh, okay.
Or Jesse Ventura.
Yeah, that's not unthinkable. And if he's serious, if he can be a good governor, then if he gets that track record in politics, then maybe go for there. But who knows?
That's cute. He wants track record. What track record does Trump have?
Very true. Very, very true.
I can't say anything.
That's a show, dude.
Have we talked too much politics in the show today?
We've never talked politics on the show. That's why I'm
that's a little interesting.
Spin off for the network.
Oh no. Hey. All right.
Every 4 years.
Adios, my friends. Keep it classy.
Toodles.
Popular culture.
That was fun.
Yeah.
I'd drink to that if I had something to drink.
Oh, you know what? We didn't even put over the fact that we recorded a new episode of Pop Culture Rewind.
Oh, well,
it'll be out in a few days on YouTube.
Yeah,
that's why I'm wearing the jacket. Not because I'm covering up my work polo.
We talked about Walking Dead some more.
Dad! Oh yeah, I did like Lana. She did this. Like, no, show me everything.
This is
not like I can't find it on the internet anyway.
I know.
You can find Lana.
You can find some stuff.
Lana.
Oh yeah.
Oh my Lana.
Oh hell no! I was too busy looking at old pictures of Mickey James.
Oh, my
yeah.
Mickey.
What about Maurice?
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So pop culture, yeah. Pop culture rewind.
Yeah. There's something popping up.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, I'm out of here.
Don't do it, man. See you hope.